The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Coach Slade, we're blessed with a coaching staff all across the board that's outstanding. They're great coaches, they're great men, they're great godly men, and they make a difference every day in the lives of these young men. And Coach Slade's an outstanding defensive coach, and he's got kids. We're working on depth right now at certain positions, but we're always going to be an attacking defense, and I'm grateful that we got Coach Larry Slade here with us. So, Coach Slade.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, appreciate you, sir. All right, he just said everything that I knew. Thank you, Coach Turner. That was outstanding. Okay.
Larry, if you would open it up with a statement about your defense for this year.
Well, the big thing that we're excited about these guys. We're excited about how they're working, about the effort that they're playing with, and we have some depth things that we're working, but there's great competition, and we're just excited about what it's going to become.
Questions for Coach Slade?
Coach, you've got a lot of accolades coming back on defense, a lot of all-stat guys, some All-Americans maybe. What position does that put you guys in here as the season starts against a team like West Florida that have that much talent back?
Well, we've got to go perform. All right, it's great having Des Farrell back. He has really grown into an outstanding young man, very hard worker. Darius Williams at strong safety, outstanding young man. First, they're going to play hard, and they expect the people around them to be accountable. So it's a good feeling having those guys back, having Bembry back, and having Montel back. Those guys are, again, the first thing I'll say about them is the kind of people they are. And it's reflected by their actions. When you watch them practice and you watch the effort that they play with, you don't see us coaches having to push those guys, and then them as an example. Those young guys are, I don't say they're in fear, but they watch those guys play, and so we were talking a little bit ago, and the thing that I say to those seniors is that when you want to lead, it should be this standard. If I'm not doing it, then don't believe me, and so those guys are doing it.
Looks like you got a couple of new starters on linebacker, new defensive ends. How are these guys meshing in with your established guys? We are working to get that done. Wycliffe Fenor will do an outstanding job. We have a freshman at our Fox position on the other side of him, and he's played really well thus far, and we're expecting different things out of him. But then it's just that the young guys meshing with the old guys, and it's been really good for us so far.
Rondro Peebles at linebacker certainly had a fantastic scrimmage today, scooping the score. I counted at least 3 tackles for loss. What's he done to insert himself into?
Well, he's becoming the player that he should be. I mean, recruited him out of Central High School. I mean, that guy as a senior had 11 interceptions. So it's kind of good to see him coming into his own. And I think the big thing about Rondro is his maturity. The guy's growing up. He knows how to play the game now. And playing him at Mike linebacker really gives us some options. He's a guy that can blitz. We're expecting great things out of him. Our will position, on the other hand, it's a big-time open competition right now between Jimmy Mira and Daniel Dixon Brooks. So we'll grade this tape, and we'll see where we are with those guys.
How nice is it to have that, losing a guy in Tamoris Coates who had the 3rd most tackles for loss in a single season in school history last year?
Well, it's always about, I mean, when you look at those guys, the thing that Tamoris was, he was a team guy. He's an outstanding young man. So having Rondro step up in that position is big. Having those guys around him step up, and then having Bembry and Montel and those guys up front, it certainly makes it better.
You mentioned the standard of the defense. What's the standard you hold your unit to?
Well, you start looking at it, the first thing is that we will play with great effort. Some guys will say, well, how are you going to win? Are you going to do this? I can promise you this, that when you put that tape on, you're going to see some guys, you're going to see them playing hard. All right, they're going to play discipline. Their standard is really high. We always start with stop the run, and we get that done. Our guys like to do things. I like to blitz and have some fun. Well, let's get them in those predictable downs, and then we can be really good. We can have a lot of fun doing that. So, but the standard is really high, as is for our football team. You know, we expect to win. You know, we expect to get after people.
What do you think the biggest difference this year is from last year's defense?
And I think, again, depth, just developing it right now. When you look at our frontline guys, you say, wow, you know, you guys are pretty good. And now it's bringing some of the younger guys around. Justin Triplett, who's a freshman, and Nicholas Owens, who's a freshman. Bringing those guys around to play. What I think from a speed and athletic situation, I think we'll be better.
Coach, how much better have you seen this defense grow going against an offense like the Carson-Newman offense?
It's always tough. I say this to Coach Mike all the time. I don't want to play against that offense. All right? It forces you to be pretty vanilla. It forces you. The thing I like about playing against it in the spring is that, I mean, in the fall in practice, it forces you to be disciplined. You know, you got to have your bases. You got to have somebody on the dive. You got to have somebody on the quarterback, somebody on the pitch. You got to be in a good contained position. You got to be able, I mean, all of those things, and then we can get into all the technical things, but it helps us become a better defense because of that, and then the toughness aspect of it. You know, you go out there, man, and I'm telling you, if you're not ready to play, you get bludgeoned by that offense.